Hello and welcome everyone to AARP Wyoming's 2026 Video Voter Guide Series. I'm Tom Laycock with AARP Wyoming, and today we're joined by David Giralt, who's running to represent Wyoming in the U.S. House of Representatives. AARP has a proud 40-year history of nonpartisan voter engagement, does not endorse or oppose candidates, nor does AARP make contributions to political campaigns or candidates at any level. Instead, we ask questions so our members understand where the candidates sit on important issues and can make their own decisions on Election Day. Today, I'll ask Mr. Giralt 2 questions, allowing for a 1-minute and 30-second response to each. Then we'll give him 2 minutes to deliver his pitch to the voters of Wyoming. So, Mr. Giralt, our first question is this: if elected, how would you help family caregivers save money and time so they can continue to care for loved ones?
Well, first of all, thank you, Tom, and thank you to AARP for all the work that you do on behalf of all the senior citizens across our state and across the country. I do want to start by just highlighting that caregivers are folks who are often up before the sun and they're working extremely long hours. I think the federal government has a responsibility and an obligation to make sure that they're taken care of. One of the first things that I'd like to champion in Congress is ensuring that there's a tax credit for those folks who are working so hard to take care of our seniors, whether they're in their family or not. The second part of that is an expansion of respite care. Here again, seniors, whether here in Wyoming or across the country, need assistance in ensuring that they can get the quality and the access to affordable care that they need. And then third, I want to be able to strengthen home opportunities for folks to be taken care of within their own domicile if they so choose, or have the transportation assets to be able to access care within their local community without having to worry about a blizzard that is approaching their local community or anything like that.
All right, thank you. Our second question: if elected, how would you work to protect and strengthen Social Security for older Americans, their children, and grandchildren?
Thanks again, Tom. I want to be straightforward. A lot of politicians like to dance around this, but Social Security is a program that people have paid into and they deserve to have. I'm entirely against any cuts for people who are currently on Social Security or anybody who's approaching Social Security age. In addition, I have to be honest, and we're approaching an insolvency cliff that exists. I'll work in bipartisan fashion with folks in Congress to ensure that that doesn't happen. It's going to take a lot of hard work, but we do have to be honest with people and say that there are going to have to be efficiencies that are introduced into the system, as well as reductions in fraud in order to achieve that. But it's something that will take an incredible amount of work. I also support I support our seniors by and large. They're the people who built our state, who built our country. They've committed themselves to making our lives better. They deserve someone who will fight for the benefits that they've earned, and they deserve someone who will do the difficult task of improving systems so they can last beyond just them and hopefully benefit their children and their grandchildren for years to come.
Well, Mr. Giralt, we thank you for asking our questions. Now let's give you 2 minutes to explain why you're the best person to represent Wyoming.
Thanks, Tom. And it's helpful to share a bit about my background. I'm the son of 2 immigrants who immigrated to this country legally. My mother's Cuban, my father's Costa Rican, both coming here for freedom and opportunity. That same freedom and opportunity was ingrained in me from a young child. And I learned lessons of individual liberty, limited government, the rule of law, peace through strength, fiscal responsibility, a deep love and devotion for the free markets, and of course, human dignity. All of those principles put together eventually led me to wanting to serve in the United States Army. And it was the post 9/11 era, so I knew I would deploy to combat. I was happy to do so on behalf of my country, and I did so. I commissioned as an officer in the active duty Army. I then assessed into the 75th Ranger Regiment, deployed with them to Afghanistan, and then was assigned to the 82nd Airborne Division, where I again led troops in combat in Afghanistan. My last 4 years as an active duty Army officer saw me take an assignment to the Pentagon. There, I worked on federal policy for a number of different members of Congress and their staff. My job was simple. From a practical perspective, help inform them, the members of Congress, that is, and their staff on how to craft and make better policy. It gave me a deep love for the institution, but it also allowed me to learn from a very practical level how Congress itself works. And for 4.5 years, I honed those skills. And now I have the ability to bring back things to the state of Wyoming that afforded me the same freedom and opportunity that led me to want to serve this country. After leaving the Army, my wife and I decided our tour wasn't quite done, and I went to go work for Senator Cynthia Lummis. For a little bit less than a year, I worked on Wyoming-specific policies at the federal level. So you'll see that for about 4.5 to 5 years, I've already been doing a lot of the staff work that's required to understand the rigors of the job, but more importantly, I understand how to work within the system, to work with other people, to collaborate, to achieve things on behalf of our state, and hopefully to bring success back to the Cowboy State.
Well, thank you very much for your time today, Mr. Giralt, and thank you to our viewers for joining us in this video voter guide. We encourage you to keep checking Cowboy State Daily and AARP Wyoming's Facebook page for more voter guides in the days to come.